Well, this is Guns, Knives, and Tools, I guess. Or I might call it, I'm going to probably call the channel something else and do something else with it. Something involving bikes, outdoors, that type stuff, this, there, or the other. Now, what do we have here? We have another Ozark Trail Ridge. Wanted to keep calling it the Vibe, but no. The Vibe is the one that is not exactly this bike. This is the Ridge. It's the 29-inch wheels. Of course, I always change the grips out. And then change the pedals out and found a seat that was better than the seat that was on it, that came on it. But that's not what the video is about. Now, of course, this is the M2 version of this bike. How you know, like, it's the M2 version. You have the Advent shifter right there, and that goes back to a crank that doesn't have the plastic cover on it. We have Microshift 11 to 42 cassette, which I'm going to change this out to an 11 by 46. We have an Acolyte rear derailleur with the clutch that you have to engage with a 5mm Allen key, and of course just our silver chain, this, there, the other, blah blah blah. This, sealed bottom bracket, Suntour front fork. Now, what makes this one a little bit different is this is a small version. In the previous video where I talked about it, and I said, well, maybe they're going to come out with a small version. It's going to have 27-inch wheels as opposed to the 29-inch wheels. Well, I was wrong. It's just the way that it works. When they came out with the M2 version with the Microshift drivetrain and then everything else, these bikes started showing up. Now, they only have one place to put a water bottle cage. There is not another one. Of course, it's a 15-inch frame, and then the reach is a little bit shorter by about an inch and something. We still have, because it is that other generation, we still have our ability to run external piping if you want to get a set of disc brakes that are already set up and bled and everything. You can just run it on the outside without running it on the inside, and blah blah blah. Thinking about getting a dropper post since it's 31.6 millimeter in diameter, which is a really common size, which is perfect because really this bike, the way that it is, and with the 180 millimeter front rotor as opposed to the 160 that was on the original version of this bike, is really a bike called the Kent Travail, but with a totally updated frame, which included changing the diameter of the seat post from that odd size they had to a more common size, and then adding the Acolyte rear derailleur that has a clutch. So that's really what you have here. Is a combination of those two bikes. When they first came out with the Ozark Trail Ridge, with the first version of it, of course they scaled back the brakes, they scaled back the drivetrain, whatever about the seat post, and now they have brought all of that into it. Now, also, this bike doesn't have the those markers or shifters, any of that type of stuff. As far as gear shift indicator, sorry. Not paying attention, man. Anyway, this is the Ozark Trail in a small, and this one was made, when was this made? This was made in April, says it right there. April of 24 is the production date. And of course, it's made in Taiwan. But if you flip it, and babe, I'm gonna have to. She goes, what's happening? The world, it's turning. Sorry. I gotta... Welcome to the ceiling of my basement. This bike has a funny sticker under it. Says... What does that say? Assembled in the USA. National Assemblers, Inc. And has a code on it. Also says made in Taiwan. Has another one there. So anyway, these are some of the things that I found out. Now, I'll tell you a funny story. Woohoo! This bike has the same sticker on it. We're assembled inside the United States. Assembled in the USA. Of course, I've done some modifications on it. I'll get into that later. But anyway, everything's working out. And this is the Ozark Trail Ridge, who has a identity crisis. As far as where it's made. But it's assembled, made somewhere else, assembled here. Anyway, rock and roll. Peace out. Have a good one. Bye.